I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia Knight.
This is our review of
1812! Aboriginals everywhere on this. This is. Buy this game, people.
Why? Are they like getting proceeds? In 1812, players fight to achieve objectives and control Canada. In the box, you'll get a game board with a map divided in two by the British and the Americans, 60 cards, colored unit cubes, which represent armies for each faction, battle dice for each of the factions, turn order markers for each faction with a cloth bag, a round marker, and some control markers, which are double-sided. When a truce is called, the game ends and the player who controls the most objective wins.
Here's how to set up. Each player will choose a faction. This will put them in a team with some of the other factions. The factions are American regulars in blue, American militia in white, British regulars in red, Canadian militia in yellow, and the natives in green. Place the board in the middle of the table according to the teams. So the British side to the north and the Americans to the south. The objectives you need to control to win are the territories with the star. Choose a scenario and set up the game according to its setup in the rulebook. The game comes with 3 scenarios. The territories should also show you on the board which units start there. This helps for quick setup. Each scenario will specify what each player's deck should have. Once set up, each player shuffles their deck and draws a hand of 3 cards. Place the round marker on 1 on the round track. Finally, place all the turn markers into a bag. You're now ready to play.
A player's turn order is drawn at random from the bag. The colored die is placed on the first turn order, and that player will do his turn before another die is drawn. The player of the color drawn will now take actions. These actions are to place enlistments, play a movement card and up to 2 special cards, battle, and draw new cards. To enlist new units, just look at your muster area and place units there. During this action, fled units come back into play where they enlisted. Once done, you must play a movement card which will allow you to move units depending on the card. You can even do water movements to cross lakes. Some cards like the canoe and the fishing boat are great at bringing armies together from different locations to one body of water. These cards are out of the game when played except the truce card. During this phase, you may also play 2 special action cards which can help you in your battles. If you play the truce card, put it along the side of the board. If a truce takes place at the end of a round, the game ends. If a faction controls an enemy territory, place a control marker of that team on that area. If they leave, so does the marker. Once the active player finished movement, the battles can begin.
Finally, the battle. If an area has enemy units inside it, a battle begins. The faction which is in his homeland rolls first. Each unit will roll a die, and each player who controls those units roll the dice and apply the effects. A hit means the other team must remove a unit of their choice. A flee icon means you must move a unit to flee an area on the board. A blank command allows the player to decide to stay in the battle or leave to a friendly area. If enemy units are still in the area after they roll the dice, then the other side rolls and applies their strategy. This will go back and forth until only one side is the winner of the area. The last action you do is draw cards. You draw to a hand size of 3. If there are no cards left or not enough, you continue without.
At the end of the game, the team with the most control markers on the board wins. It's a really cool team-based area control game. There isn't much scenarios or different ways of playing the game, which reduces the replay value, but switching up your teammates can change your strategies a little. The cards kind of dictate what you'll do on your turn, but you still have lots of choices, and your teammates are always there to argue your move. It's easy to learn and pick up, but it's a great gateway game for area control warfare. We're giving 1812 7 runaway soldiers out of 10.